And we begin tonight with breaking news, the tragic end to that deep sea dive to the wreckage of the Titanic. Late today, the Coast Guard reporting that pieces of the sub had been found in a debris field near the Titanic. And those pieces indicated a catastrophic implosion of its hull. And then moments ago, a U.S. Navy official confirming to ABC News that an underwater acoustic system heard what was likely that implosion on Sunday. The world watching from the first reports that contact with the Titan had been lost and all through the desperate race to find it. Today, an underwater rover found 5 pieces of the Titan 1,600 feet from the Titanic. That's about a third of a mile. Now the world is grieving the loss of all 5 people on board. And tonight, an ABC News exclusive. 2 of the world's foremost experts on the Titanic, Robert Ballard and James Cameron, reflect on the dangers of exploration and on the lesson of the Titanic itself. A lot to cover here tonight, and ABC's Gio Benitez leads us off in Halifax, Nova Scotia. And Gio, that news moments ago from a Navy official painting a clearer picture of the timeline of this tragedy.
That's right, Whit. This just came in moments ago, just minutes ago. The Navy apparently heard on Sunday the implosion, what appears to be the implosion of the Titan, and then immediately shared that information with the Coast Guard, they say. Tonight, a heartbreaking end. The Coast Guard announcing search crews have found the pieces of the missing sub carrying 5 passengers 1,600 feet, nearly a third of a mile from the bow of the Titanic.
This is an incredibly unforgiving environment down there on the seafloor, and the debris is consistent with a catastrophic implosion of the vessel.
5 major pieces of debris were recovered on the ocean floor, including the sub's nose cone, as well as the front and back end of the vessel, all coming apart as the capsule collapsed inward under extreme pressure. It's unclear exactly when the sub imploded after it started its dive Sunday morning. The Navy now saying an underwater acoustic detection system heard what was likely the implosion of the Titan on Sunday. The information was immediately shared with the Coast Guard for analysis.
On behalf of the United States Coast Guard and the entire Unified Command, I offer my deepest condolences to the families.
OceanGate Expeditions tonight saying our hearts are with these 5 souls and every member of their families during this tragic time. We grieve the loss of life and joy they brought to everyone they knew. Businessman Shahzada Dawood and his 19-year-old son Suleiman, who shared a passion for science and discovery. British billionaire and explorer Hamish Harding, who loved adventure. Voyaging to space aboard a Blue Origin flight.
I've always wanted to do this, and the sheer experience of looking out of the window is something I'm looking forward to.
And setting records, diving to the world's deepest waters in the Pacific.
Well, it's been a fantastic dive.
Tonight, Harding's family remembering him as a loving husband and dedicated father, calling him a passionate explorer, whatever the terrain, who lived for his family, his business, and for the next adventure. P.H. Narjoulé, a legendary expert on the Titanic, had been to the wreck more than 30 times since it was discovered. His daughter today saying there is comfort in knowing he was in the place he so loved. And the CEO and founder of OceanGate Expeditions, Stockton Rush, who saw himself as a maverick, talking in this vlog about how the Titan defied industry standards.
I'd like to be remembered as an innovator. I think it was General MacArthur said, you're remembered for the rules you break. And, I've broken some rules to make this. I think I've broken them with logic and good engineering behind me. The carbon fiber and titanium, there's a rule you don't do that. Well, I did.
But we're now learning more about concerns over using carbon fiber and titanium to make the experimental sub, an untested material at extreme depths over time. The Titan made 13 trips down to the Titanic over 2 years.
This is not like being a passenger on the first couple of days of service of the new Airbus A380, right? This is like being a test pilot on a plane that has never flown.
Explorer Josh Gates passed on a trip to the Titanic on the sub 2 years ago after several of its systems failed during a test dive.
Carbon fiber is a miraculous material. It's what we're using to build next generation airplanes out of, the Dreamliner, the A350, things like that. But it's not particularly well understood how it works over time in terms of fatigue at depths and in extreme cold.
A former Ocean Gate employee echoed those concerns in a 2018 court filing where he says he warned the company that flaws in the carbon could grow with each dive under such pressure, risking lives. The dispute was settled out of court. Tonight, with the world watching, yet another tragedy. 111 years after the Titanic's doomed voyage, 5 souls captivated by its story, now resting in those same waters.
A sad and haunting outcome to this search tonight. Gio Benitez joining us once again from Nova Scotia. And Gio, people worldwide, as you noted, watching this unprecedented search over the last 4 days, hoping this crew could be found. But we're now getting word that this was likely all over very early in their journey.
That's right, Whit. We know that they heard that sound in the general vicinity of the Titanic. It's sometime around the time when the sub actually lost contact with that mothership. So that suggests that this likely happened on the way down to the Titanic and very, very quickly, Whit.
Gio Benitez, our thanks to you again tonight.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.